Thanks for joining us. No matter where you are in the world, we're glad that you're here. My name is Scott Del Mastro, and I'm in charge of the mental performance programs at Club Med Academies. We've put together an 8-week program to help you improve and continue your development while you're away from the academy at home. Let's get started. Week 1. I've titled it A New Way of Doing Things. I've done it that way on purpose. The reason is things do change. Us being away from each other and not training at the academy, that's a change. It's a big change. Us figuring out new ways to learn and new ways to improve, that's a change. And you're going to have to do a lot of stuff on your own. But we've given you the tools that you need to do that if you take the time and think about it. And as champions, we have to find a way. We have to figure out how to get things done. We can't stop in our search for excellence. We have to get the job done and compete and continue to grow. So, let's get going. Number 1, review what you have learned this year in our mental performance sessions. You should start by creating a space on your computer or writing something down on a sheet of paper, taking notes so that you can remember and look back and review. The advantage of watching it on a video is that you can pause that video, or you can play it, fast forward it, or rewind it to go back to things you don't remember. But for now, go ahead and pause the video, grab a piece of paper, get things set up so that you can start taking notes. And the first question I want you to ask on those notes is, what have you learned in the sessions that we've had so far to this point? Okay? Go ahead and take some time and do that. Number 2, actually think about it. Actually hit the pause and do that. Create some space in your mind and think about it. Question: if I was standing in front of you at the academy giving you this presentation, I would ask this question: how can you create mental space? Then I'd wait. Sometimes I wait awkwardly long because I want you guys to engage and really think about it, and I don't want to give you the answer. And this is not a time that I'm going to give you the answer. I want you to think about it. If you don't know, pause the video, think about it some more, and come back with an answer. For now, let's go on. How can you create mental space? One of the tools I've shown you is a simple one. It's the most simple one: breathing. Breathing is a simple way, and sometimes neglected way, of really bringing your focus back to what you need to be doing. So if you're at home and having some trouble figuring out what to do, start with breathing exercises. Simple, you've done it, we've practiced it, so it's important to continue. Keep practicing it, refining it, making it better so that when you come back and we resume play, whenever we get back to the academy, you will be more prepared and mentally more focused to compete. All right. I'm going to take you through a breathing exercise at the moment, okay? I want you, if you remember, I used the phrase at the academy, all right, everybody, dial it in. As soon as you dial it in, that's your cue to sit up straight, get a comfortable position. Don't want you lying down and falling asleep. I want you to sit in a comfortable, upright position, keeping your lungs open, hands on your lap, and then follow my verbal cues as we go through this. I also want you to close your eyes while you're sitting there. So find that space, pause the tape or pause the video if you need to. If not, we're ready to go. All right, sit up straight, eyes closed. Clear your mind. Bring your attention to your breathing. On my count, you'll start to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth slowly, and then hold that exhale until we go through the next cycle. All right, let's begin. Eyes closed, and inhale through your nose slowly. 1, 2, 3. Release through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3. Again, inhale deep. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. and hold. 1, 2, 3. Inhale deep. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. And hold. 1, 2, 3. Continue on your own. One more cycle. After the hold, open your eyes. Perfect. Now, that's one exercise, one tool, just like the painter. Now you have another tool to bring your focus back, calm you down, and get you back to the present moment so that we can move on with whatever it is we need to move on with, or whatever you need to do while you're back at home relative to your training. Let's move on to number 3. Trust your training and apply what you have learned. Simple. If you've practiced and you've trained something and it's become a habit, hopefully it'll be a habit by the time you're done with these 8 weeks, you'll have this habit. Now you just have to trust in it. You have to trust that it's going to work. Then you have to apply it to whatever situation demands it. And in your life, you apply these things to your life. It doesn't have to be just your sport. It can be your life and so on. Anytime you recognize that you're losing focus or you need to calm down, whatever it might be, just create the space, the mental space, and take the time to just do a cycle of breathing and bring yourself right back. It's pretty much that simple. You just got to use it. All right, moving on. Number 4. What else have you learned? What else have you learned since we've been doing the mental sessions since the beginning of the year? It's quite a number of things. You should have had a list of these things written down in part of our earlier in the video. Now you can kind of review those things. I'm looking for one. I'm going to give you a hint. It's something that we've talked about in the past that I think it's the most important thing that we've learned. What is the A word? What is the A word? Most of you should probably have shouted that out. I can't hear you. I'm on the video, but usually in the classes, you guys know this by now. The A word, the most important tool, I think, in all of what we do to be mentally fit is awareness. Awareness is critical. You have to pay attention to what's going on around you and also what's going on inside you. Then you review those things. What is going on around you? How am I responding to what's going on around me? And how am I thinking about it from the inside out? Once you have that information, then you can apply it. Number 6, how can we apply, or how can you apply awareness right where you are right now? First step is to go through what we call a systems check. Kind of look at your mind. What's going on in your mind? Are you drifting away from even this video or this conversation? If so, pause the video, recollect your mind, take a deep breath, get a snack, take a rest, whatever it might be, to get your mind back focused on what we're doing so that you can take from this lesson the important parts so that you can use it and apply it to whatever you're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. All right? Make sure one of the things as part of your awareness is, are you in a good position? Are you lying down on your bed while you're watching this? Are you sitting up at the table? Have you created a space in your room that's for studying or for paying attention? It should be something a little bit different than just watching a movie or listening to a video or a music video or whatever it is that you might be doing, or chatting with your friends on social media where you can kind of just lounge around. Got to get your mind, trigger your mind, just like you're in school, that this is a time to really pay attention, and you've got to remember these things. So if you have a desk you're sitting at where your computer is, you can write those things down. Have a piece of paper and a table or whatever it might be. All right? From there, moving on to the next thing. We're talking about awareness. We've talked about this acronym, AKD. First one I've already given to you because we've talked about it pretty heavily already in a few of the earlier slides. So I'll just move on awareness. What's going on inside you, what's going on around you, and based on that information, decide what you're going to do. You can either continue to lay around when you know you're not really concentrating on the video. Maybe you're a little hungry and you just didn't want to get up and go get something to eat, or you didn't want to take the time. So you kind of go into the video, this particular video or whatever your training is, kind of halfway. We don't want that. We want you to give yourself the best chance to succeed as if you're trying to be a champion. Now, training yourself during these videos is important, because if you can do it during these videos, I'm sure you like to play more than you like to watch these videos. But if you train yourself to perform well within these videos or things that you're not really comfortable with doing or don't enjoy doing as much, imagine what you can do when you're on the court, when it's a little bit easier for you to maintain your focus and concentration. All right. A is for awareness. What's K? Now, most of you probably know, but for those that don't, you can start running through some of your K words and figuring it out. K is for knowledge. And there are only two options here. Either you have the knowledge or you don't. If you have the knowledge, then you can move on to D, the third word in the acronym. If you don't, well, what do you have to do? If you don't have the knowledge about something, you're not aware of something, or you're aware that you don't have the knowledge, then the only option is to go get the knowledge, get the information so that you can do what you need to do. If you know you're hungry, so then you have the knowledge, or if you know you're tired, you have the knowledge. If you know you're thirsty, well, you have the knowledge. The next question is, what are you going to do? That comes into D. It's not do, it's discipline. Do you have the discipline to do what you know you need to do? And that's where we are at home. We're all in uncomfortable situations. We'd rather be out in the sun, playing, hanging out with our friends, practicing with our friends, but we're not. So we're going to have the discipline to do the stuff that's necessary, and that's what makes a champion. Not when things are easy or comfortable, but when things are hard, we find a way to get the job done. We exhibit that discipline that's necessary to do the work that we need to do. You got it. That's it. AKD, awareness, knowledge, discipline. If you apply that to every situation that you go through or you're challenged with, now you have at the top here a formula for success. That's where it's at. A formula for success is AKD. Awareness, knowledge, discipline. If you do those things and apply it, you will be successful in one way or the other. All right. Now let's move on to the homework. First one, practice your breathing 5 minutes every night. Get into it. Don't make it a chore. Just do it. You have the time. Now discover how powerful it can be. Just got to practice it. And as you're there, become aware. Use that awareness to see and discover things that you didn't or that you weren't aware of before. It's all right there. You just have to open your mind to it. Number 2, write down 2 things you improved in life each day starting today. So between now and the next time we meet, you need to write down 2 things a day that you improved. It doesn't necessarily have to be with your sport. It just has to be something you felt you worked on, you focused on, and you improved. If we take this attitude that every day when we get up, we're going to get some kind of improvement, we're going to improve ourselves, how can we go wrong? We'll get better at something, and getting better at something every day and creating those habits lends itself to getting better when we're back on the course or the court or the field back at the academy. Number 3, rewrite your goals from now until the end of the year. First, draft a few outcome goals, and then the performance goals that will be the actions to take to reach the outcomes you've set for yourself. That's pretty simple. You set a long-term goal. I want to improve this. Then you go back to each one of those things you want to improve, and you assign the actions that are necessary to make those improvements. I want to get stronger. Okay, Brett has sent you a program, And Ivan is, if you're working with Ivan and any of the fitness staff, they've sent your programs. Now you know, you have the knowledge. The question is, do you have the discipline to do it? And to do it right. And maybe to enhance it by doing a little bit more. Okay? Those are questions that you're going to have to, or you'll be faced with. You have to decide what you want to do. As far as breathing exercise, I want to improve my mental performance. Not a problem. Stick with these routines. They're basic. Some of them might be boring. If they're boring, they're boring. It's what it is. Just deal with it. Be disciplined. Get it done. And we'll be able to tell when you get back if you followed the program and the instructions that we've given you, because we'll see the results when you get here. If you're not ready to go when you get here, we knew how, or we'll know at that time how you spent your time. It's not complicated. That's it for now, guys. If you have any questions, you have my emails or my email and my phone number. You can chat me or on WhatsApp, Line, whatever platform you use, Messenger, or my email or phone, whatever you want to do. Just reach out to me on an individual basis and I can help you with any questions you have. If not, we'll see you next week. And we hope that you took something from this session and that you'll take stuff from the other sessions to follow. That's it. Have a good one. We'll be in touch. Take care. Bye.